Welcome to the most irreverent, disrespectful podcast on the airwaves. And if you're dumb enough to still be tuning in, listen to the sound of my voice, please do me a favor and call up some of your dumb ass friends so they can listen too. Now get all you unintelligent motherfuckers in the group and say, fuck y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode number 2 of the most disrespectful, ignorant ass podcast you ever came across. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Fuck You Podcast, and I am your co-host, Michael Wright, along with the one and only, legendary, Compton Superman, the man you all know as CT motherfucking Fletcher. Pops, what's going on today, sir?
First of all, fuck y'all. I don't know if you had a chance to notice how good I happen to be looking today. I got my best sweatshirt on.
You look like the same gummy bear-built bastard you always do.
I know you didn't say that. Anybody else but you. Look, I got my little ISYMFS chain on. You know, I don't wear no jewelry. Notice I don't wear no jewelry. I can't stand men with big ass, you know, whole bunch of looking like a fucking Mr. T reject.
I was about to say, so you hated on Mr. T back in the day?
No, Mr. T was different. Man. He had a reason, an explanation behind this shit. These other motherfuckers just trying to impress somebody. That shit don't impress me. But he had a little explanation and reason, so that's different. For me, I don't like jewelry at all. But I do like this.
Okay.
So Zahir.
Before you go on, though,
yeah,
for the people who don't know, it may be some new people to the show that may not know what that stands for. What does
ISYMFS stands for? It is still your motherfucking set. I don't give a fuck what happened.
Damn
it's
right.
Still your motherfucking set. So Zahir, my daughter, and my son. Zahir is my son. Kiana is my daughter. They got together and bought this for Pop's 65th birthday.
There we go.
And I appreciate the hell out of it.
I ain't buy his ass nothing.
That's exactly what I expected, motherfucker. That's a gift wrap bag sack full of nothing. That's perfect.
All your ass deserve. Yeah. You don't deserve shit else.
And look, let me get through my fucking thank you speeches first before I get in on your goddamn ass. So look, Susanna, my daughter, bought me these beautiful shades. That's why I'm so motherfucking cool. I can stay incognito. So maybe your motherfucking ass won't recognize me all the time when we out in public. Thank you, Susanna. I love my shades.
Everybody get a glimpse of that head, they gonna recognize your big-headed ass.
Love my chain. Let's get the answer. Hey, did y'all know that Michael was a Watusi champion when he was young? Watusi was a brand new dance when this motherfucker was like 17, 18 years old. And he was the goddamn champion Watusier of Harlem. Y'all didn't know this motherfucker was from Harlem.
I'm gonna let you slide on that one because we got a long show to get to. But trust me, before the end of the show is over with, don't worry, I'm gonna take care of you. Anyway, before we get started, though, Pops, it's something that came to my attention. Well, actually, you brought it to my attention maybe last week sometime. There's a lot of people around here that think that you are dead.
Yeah, man.
What is that all about?
You know, that's I don't know where them motherfuckers got that shit from. They definitely can't be following me. You know, they probably read some shit 5 years ago where I had a fucking massive heart attack and they thought that was it and the old man was gone and they ain't even bothered to check back and see what the fuck happened. They just assumed, and you know, that makes an ass out of you and me when you assume shit, but they fucking assume that the old man didn't make it.
Well, we just want to let the people know that CT Fletcher is not dead.
Shit, no.
Far from it.
Yep, you can ask your grandma that shit. She know. You can ask me how many freckles she got on her ass. I know that.
How would you know that?
I know about that. Hey, if you see a path through grandma's backyard that look like it been walked down, that's me.
All right, so we told you guys that this show was going to be, well, before we do that, let me say thank you to everybody that watched episode 1. The feedback that I'm getting from episode 1 has been absolutely tremendous. So I want to thank all of you guys that took time out of your day, took time out of whatever you were doing to watch episode 1. Having Terry Crews on we kicked this show off with a bang, and we can't do that without you guys. So all the feedback, all the comments on YouTube, all of that stuff, I appreciate the hell out of it. Thank you. We got some more big guests coming your way. We're not going to tell you about it right now, but we got a big one coming next week. So
fuck y'all and y'all feedback.
Well, he'll say fuck your feedback. I need your feedback because I'm the one trying to keep this show afloat because like he told y'all last week, he don't give a fuck if we got a show or not. But guess what? I care. I care. Somebody got to care.
Somebody, yes.
And it's me, damn it. I care. So again, thank y'all so much.
Y'all turn the shit off now if you want to.
Don't. Why would you tell them some shit like this?
Because goddamn it, I mean it. I don't give a fuck whether you motherfuckers watch or not.
Because you sitting here with your aviator shades on and shit, thinking you big time.
Hey,
don't.
Motherfuckers, this is Versace.
What?
Versace.
Can you even spell Versace?
I don't have to spell it, motherfucker. I can wear it though. I got some Versace, a whole lot of shit you can't spell.
I bet y'all can spell better than your ass though.
I don't know, motherfucker. Just because you was my third grade teacher, that don't mean you can spell all that goddamn. Y'all know this motherfucker older than me, right? I'm 65. And this motherfucker, this was my third grade teacher, Mrs. Berry. He changed his name now, but it's Miss Berry right here on the podcast. What's the first?
Fuck you. Anyway, so today's episode is all Q&A. So this is a chance for you guys to get to know me better, get to know CT better. Most of the questions were for CT, so that showed me y'all don't give a fuck who I am, which is fine with me. So we gonna jump right into these damn questions. Now, I got a ton of questions, so if we don't get to your question, no, it ain't nothing personal. But when I tell you we put the call out and you guys answered it, the email, DMs, I got a strange feeling they probably DM'd you some too, but I don't know why they would do that because we told their ass where to send the questions to. But if we don't get to your questions, trust me, those questions that we don't get to, I will put to the side. And if we do another Q&A show down the line, I will bring out those questions to make sure we get your questions answered. But let's get this show started. So this question is from Edward, all the way in Germany.
All right.
Edward wants to know, can you tell us about your journey from your early days to becoming a 6-time world champion powerlifter?
Wow. How early you want to go back, Edward?
Because if you go back too far, it's going to be around the Big Bang Theory because that's how old this bastard is. I don't know if they want to go back that far.
You know about the Big Bang, all right. It ain't got shit to do with no theory either.
Just answer the damn question.
All about the Big Bang. Anyway, Edward, I started out, my dad was a preacher, so I'm the son of a preacher. I was born in Little Rock, Arkansas, but we left very early, so I spent all my growing up in the city of Compton. And I had a cousin named Junior Miles, the one who inspired me to pick up a weight in the first place, because he was the yokest motherfucker I had ever seen. And when Junior spoke, motherfuckers listened. His famous line was, "Everybody shut the fuck up." And I mean, when Junior said that, the dog stopped barking, water stopped running. Everybody, you can hear a fucking pin drop.
And for those of you who have not heard that story, this was at a funeral, right?
Absolutely.
At a funeral.
His mom's funeral.
At his mom's funeral, and Junior was in jail at the time. In prison.
Handcuffed. Handcuffed and shackled on his feet and shit, and had an armed guard standing there. And Junior stood up, and when he said, "Everybody shut the fuck up," I mean, everybody shut the fuck up. And I was, woo-wee. I like that shit right there. That's a bad motherfucker right there, boy. So he inspired me to want to be like him. I wanted to tell everybody to shut the fuck up too.
And guess what? Now you got a podcast saying fuck
y'all. Absolutely.
Thank you, Junior.
Yeah, Junior, you responsible for that. So he passed on now, but that was my fucking hero when I was a kid. And so after that, Junior was an inspiration. And then I became magnificently obsessed with some big ass arms after seeing Craig Munson. And a prison guy is a hero of mine. The biggest motherfucker you ever did want to see. You can look him up on YouTube and shit. After I seen him, I grew up in the same city, around the same area as Tookie Williams, founder of the Crips, famous Crips gang. I was a few years younger, so when Tookie and them would come around to the school, they say, "Hey, the Crips are here, and we got to go home early." And I fucking loved the Crips because I didn't want to go to school no motherfucking way. So that was just wonderful with me, you know. Hey, whoever the Crips is, I like them because I get to go home. And so it went on from there, and I wanted to be the best on the planet, not just. I was in there, I competed, and I did my best. No, fuck that. I wanted to be on the top podium, number one, and that second and third shit was for everybody else. And I would go to a contest, and I'd say, which one of you motherfuckers is coming in second? And that's a brief summary of my early days there, young fella.
All right. So this question is...
Wasn't that brief, but that was a summary.
Talking ass. Anyway, this question is from Michael from Los Angeles.
Shit, I hope it ain't this motherfucking Michael right here.
So Michael's question is,
oh, shit.
When you wake up from one of your famous naps, why do you find it necessary to be an asshole to your co-host, Michael Wright, with your inflammatory messages that hurt his feelings?
All I can say is motherfucker brought it on himself. That motherfucker brought the shit on himself. Fuck him. Fuck him and fuck y'all.
Yes,
especially fuck him.
That question was from me.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know why you treat me the way that you do.
Yeah, you.
When all I try to do is make sure that your old ass is good to go, that you get to where you need to go, and then you just treat me terrible, and I don't know why.
A lot of time repenting for that. A lot of time repenting for that one. Well, I don't know if there's any coming back from that shit.
All right, so this next question. And I know this motherfucker, I'm going to cuss his ass out, but I'm going to read it anyway. So he wants you to describe our friendship. He says, you and Michael seem to be really close. How did the two of you become such good friends, and why did you pick this chicken nugget head bastard to be your co-host? Brian, fuck you.
Hey.
And next time I come to Maryland, I'm going to cuss your ass out in person, sir, just so you know that, you smart mouth bastard.
I think that's a wonderful question myself.
That question sucked ass.
I think that's a wonderful goddamn...
But I would love to hear your answer to this question.
Goddamn it, give me a chance, motherfucker. Shit. I can't get a word in edgewise with this motherfucker. Brian, I think that's a wonderful question, and I got a goddamn answer. Matter of fact, I got an answer for any motherfucking question you motherfuckers have. I have an answer. It might not be what you want to hear, but I can answer that motherfucker. And I appreciate it. The ignorant the better. If you ask me an ignorant ass question, that's right up my motherfucking ass. We just be two ignorant motherfuckers asking questions each other. So I'm wonderful with that. So send your ignorant shit in too. Anyway, Brian, to answer your question, my brother, Big Walt Fletcher, a year and a half older than me, he passed away from heart problems. If you guys know me, you know my family has a history of heart problems. My mom, all 9 of brothers, has passed away from heart. Anyway, since my older brother Walt passed, I haven't found anybody that had the type of lot of shit I say that people don't find funny. Now, I don't give a fuck, but you have to have the right person, the same kind of sense of humor. Y'all get each other and you laugh. And, you know, I haven't had a person like that since my brother passed away, since Big Walt passed away. Big Walt would call me up. I was stationed in Germany in the Army in the late 70s. And Big Walt would call me up all the way from over here in Compton, and a long distance call. It cost him more money than I made and shit. Just to call me some fucked up new name that he thought to call me. Call me up. Hey, this private you commode mouth motherfucker. He cross the oceans and shit. They call me a commode mouth motherfucker. And we'd be just cracking up and shit. Nobody would get that but me and him. And we would call each other names. We invent names to call each other. And I haven't had a person like that since this equinox-headed motherfucker right here. I ain't had nobody else. This hemispherical head bastard right here is the only other motherfucker that was it came close to the kind of relationship Big Walt and me had. We laugh and shit all the time. He called me all kind of fucked up shit, which you're gonna have to get on the moaning bench for and ask for forgiveness. And I call this motherfucker anything I can think of too. And I haven't been able to do that with anybody else. So we just became super close because I miss that. I miss my big brother. I miss being able to talk to somebody like that. And this motherfucker stepped in, and and we just been fucking fantastic friends since then.
I will say this: if we showed any of you our text thread,
now that really would get us kicked off the air.
we probably be the most two canceled people on the face of this planet.
Yeah,
with the shit that we say to each other.
I'd say the LGBTQ, PRS, and XYZ community would be the first motherfuckers that be picketing out front.
Yeah,
get us kicked off the fucking air.
We go hard sometimes.
And then again, y'all might laugh. I don't know.
It's some of it is funny. But the problem is, this motherfucker don't got a regular sleeping schedule. So I go to sleep early. I can wake up at 2, 3 in the morning to go to the bathroom. And I got some derogatory message from this bastard calling me all kind of names in the book. And I'm just like, first of all, go to sleep. Second of all, where do you even come up with this ridiculous crap that you call me?
I know you just. He's trying to,
because I don't talk to you like that.
Oh my God!
Do I not? Pops, how you doing today?
Shit,
I got to get called some kind of refrigerator built bastard or some shit like that. I'm just checking on.
I know that you ain't trying to sit here on your square fast back ass and say some fucking shit. I'm fucking ass is like a 56 Buick. And he got the nerve to try to fool con y'all into thinking that he's an innocent goddamn angel. The
whole dynamic of this show is you off the rails and me being the one to hold it together. That's what we do on a daily basis. I just be trying to hold shit together. That's all. That's all. Anyway, the next question. This is about your heart surgery. And actually, this is for both of us, actually.
Yeah.
So, how did your life and this is from James from Los Angeles. How did your life and perspective on fitness change after undergoing open heart surgery? So I'll let you answer that one, then the second part is from me.
Okay. Everything changed. Everything changed completely because I was just no longer physically be able to do any of the things practically that I used to do before the transplant. It was a major goal for me. My major goal, to put it in perspective, I'm 700-pound bench presser, world strict curl record holder. And my major goal after the transplant was to be able to walk around the block. So everything, my whole perception of life changed. Not only working out, but just how you talk about so grateful, and you become, when something happens like that in your life, you become so grateful for the small things that you used to overlook or take for granted. Taking a fucking shower was a job. I'd be fucking tired as fuck just trying to take a shower. And I walked in the shower one day, and they had at the VA facility I was staying at, they had one of them old people chairs with the handles and shit. When you sit down, they had to sit down and take a shower. I said, I ain't sitting down in that shit. Fuck that. I'm still CT Fletcher and shit. Shit, after about 2-3 minutes of trying to wash my nuts, I sit down in that fucking chair, was happy than a motherfucker to sit down in that shit. I said, hey, don't take this motherfucker away. I was winded washing my nuts. So a whole lot of shit changes. Your perspective on everything changes.
I got another question, piggyback off of that one. So
you know about piggyback, don't you?
Look, you mother. See, me trying to hold it together while he's going off the damn rails here. So he had another part to this question. He wanted to ask about the video of you trying to run after your surgery. He wants to know what possessed you to think that was a good idea to get out in that parking lot and run right after that?
Well,
Let me give some context. So there's a video of CT. This was how long after your surgery?
1 month. 1 month.
1 month after your open heart surgery. He decides to go out in the parking lot and try to run through the parking lot. And he ended up face first on the ground out. This was at the hospital?
It was at the living quarters that we were staying at, the hotel we were staying at.
So just for content, you can see this video on CT Fletcher's YouTube channel. But I just wanted to give people context who may not know what they're talking about. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's a damn good question. My doctors asked the same thing. What would possess you to do some dumb shit like that, CT? I'm going to tell you what it was. It was I placed a lot of emphasis on the willpower. I believe that you can will yourself to do goddamn near anything. For example, when I had my massive heart attack at home, by the time the ambulance drivers got there, but Samson had convinced me that I wasn't going to die, because before I was just absolutely positive I was going to die. But by the time they got there, he was so positive I wasn't going to die. He convinced me that I ain't dying. And they came and they had the stretcher and the goddamn wheelchair and shit. Well, the stretcher and shit to put me on the stretcher, take me out to the ambulance. And I said, I'm going to walk to this motherfucker. And I just had a major goddamn heart attack. Yeah, and the shit where I thought I was going, but I willed myself. Because I damn sure didn't have no strength or anything left. I willed myself to get the fuck up out that chair and walk to that ambulance. And I figured from my previous experience that I could will myself to run across this goddamn parking lot. Because I worldwide telling motherfuckers, hey, ain't nothing fucking possible. That's one of my favorite sayings, fucking possible. I can do that goddamn shit. If I want to bad enough, I walk on water, goddamn it. Put my thumb in the ground and told the whole world around. Because I'm CT motherfucking Fletcher.
We know what else you put your thumb in, but I'm going to let that one.
See? He ain't no fucking angels, what I'm telling y'all.
That was just payback.
And I felt like I could take a dash and do a goddamn Carl Lewis across that fucking parking lot. And I took off, goddamn it. I dropped that song bitch down in low gear.
Is
and
this the video? Off. Yep, he got the video up.
Yeah, there you go.
And face plant.
Boy, if it wasn't for that breathing thing,
I tell every time Kim sees that video, she freaks out. It just drives her crazy.
I had to have my daughter.
She freaks out every time she sees that video.
Yeah, I had that breathing mask on. They give you that to help you breathe, after your transplant. And if it wasn't for that mask, boy, I'd have no fucking teeth up here in the front at all. I already ain't got nothing in the back, but I wouldn't have nothing in the front if it wasn't for that damn mask, bro. I was like still in home with my face first. I come in because soon I got 3 steps in, and my body said, "What is you doing, motherfucker? Sit your dumb ass down somewhere." And just quit cooperating.
Oh, shit.
All that shit, quit cooperating. I put on brakes real fast.
Yeah. So his second part of the question was for me. So he said, Michael, I know you also suffer from a heart condition. Can you elaborate more on your condition as well as how it changed you? So 2021, May of 2021, I suffered an aorta dissection. Descending aorta dissection. You can either have a descending or ascending aorta dissection. You don't want neither one of them, but if you got to have one, you want the descending one going away from your heart. So that's the one.
Descend down to your ass. That's what I want to know. How far did it descend?
Trying to hold it together again. The man is asking about
I'm just trying to find out how far the shit descended, motherfucker.
Down to my midsection.
I can ask a question. You ask a question. I want to ask a question too. Shit.
So I suffered an aorta dissection. This was during COVID. So I had turned the garage into a home gym. So I'm working out in the gym, working out in the garage, and I'm doing preacher curls, actually. Doing curls, and I remember I was trying to get off the bench. I couldn't get off. I was just like, something is not right. And I thought maybe I pulled a muscle or something. I just had this pain in my chest and then down in my midsection. I didn't know what was going on. Barely made it into the house. Get into the house, call Kim. I'm like, hey, something ain't right. I think I pulled a muscle or something. So make it upstairs. This happened on a Friday. The next day, woke up, felt a little better, knew something wasn't right. But I was like, okay, let me just rest. So Sunday, I get up, felt a lot better Sunday, but you still know something is off. I knew I had to go out of town for work that Monday. So I was like, let me just go over here and get checked out. So I go over to the urgent care, sitting in the lobby of the urgent care, waiting for them to see me in the back. Next thing I know, I'm breaking out into a sweat. I'm just sweating through my clothes, but I'm freezing cold at the same time, though. Getting ready to pass out. They call the ambulance, get me to the hospital. They do a CAT scan. No, so by the time we get to the hospital in the ambulance, like I'm feeling perfectly fine at this point. I'm like, oh shit, I'm good. The nurse is like, well, let's do a CAT scan, see what's, I'm telling them what issues I'm having. Do the CAT scan. Next thing I know, he runs back in the room 10 minutes later. He was like, we got a helicopter coming. You going to University of Maryland. The fuck you mean I'm going to, he said, flying you to the University of Maryland and we going straight into open heart surgery. The fuck is you talking about?
Yeah.
So I'm like, now mind you, this is during COVID. So nobody can come into the hospital. They let Kim come in. They tell her what's going on. Next thing I know, the helicopter's there. They rush me upstairs, put me on a helicopter, fly me downtown Maryland. Get there. Bottom line is, I get there. Luckily, I didn't have to have open heart surgery, but I will eventually have to have a stent put in. Right now, I get monitored every year. The tear in my aorta hasn't gotten any bigger over the last few years, which is a good thing. So, but that's all they told me right after that surgery. They were just like, you can no longer lift weights anymore. And by this time, I'd already lost 170 pounds. Yeah, about 170 I had lost. And I was telling my surgeon, I'll never forget, I said, telling him about all the weight I had lost. And he said, Mike, I'm going to be very honest with you about something. He said, had you not lost the weight that you lost, you would have dropped dead where you were standing at. He said, I'm 99% sure you would have dropped dead where you were standing at that particular day. That, for me, and when you ask how it changed me, it puts everything into perspective. I think sometimes we as men feel like we're invincible, and nothing can hurt us and all of that stuff. That was the first time in my life that I really got a look at my own mortality. And it was like, ugh. So now I look at everything differently. Like I don't let things that would normally stress me out, I try my best not to stress me out because that is the biggest killer out here, stress. So to be very mindful of what I eat now and just keeping exercise at the forefront of everything. Now, I will say I love lifting. I need to do more cardio. I'll be the first one to tell anybody I need to add more cardio to my training program. But as far as how it changed me, like I said, you learn what's important when somebody tells you you almost died. And then you start to realize that this little shit that we bicker about during the day, like none of that shit is important. None of it. Family is important. If you got good friends in your life, those people are important. And just doing the things that you love to do. And that's the journey that I'm on. Losing 260 pounds has really opened my world up to just so many things. Like I didn't realize how much I hindered myself because of my size. And being smaller now, it's like I said, the world just opens up. So right now, my focus is just on family, my friends, and doing the things that I love to do. And that's how it changed me. It really just put into perspective to me that a lot of this shit that we stress out about or let piss us off on a daily basis, none of that shit matters. None of it. So that's how it changed me.
So you had a tear in your aorta.
In my aorta, yep.
But it's under control.
Well, yeah, it's under control eventually. They said I'll still have to probably, somewhere down the line, if it starts to get any bigger, they'll have to put a stent in. But right now, I'm good. So the goal is to do everything that I need to do to make sure I stay good going forward. So like I said, it's watching what I eat, not letting myself get stressed out. I think we all had those days where you just want to slap the shit out of somebody and,
amen.
And
Yeah.
and a lot of that shit ain't worth it. So
yeah, they're a good day to slap the shit out of motherfuckers. Now, what about the tear in your ass? Have they done anything about that?
Well, I did go to the surgeon that tried to sew your ass up, and he was just like, ain't shit we could do for him. So
I mean, did they put some duct tape on the motherfucker or some staples or what? Crazy glue.
they just
Anything.
took your
'Cause that
grandma's
that
old
big
sewing kit
crevice-
and sewed your ass back up, you
That big
bastard.
crevice you got back there needs some attention, motherfucker. You got to do something about that.
Fuck you again. Next question. This is about
Gaping
your
hole.
See, I'm trying to conduct a Q&A here, and this is
Grand
what I gotta,
Canyon ain't got
this-
shit on the
this
back
is what
of
I-
your ass. Oh,
see how you just crack yourself up.
yeah. I don't give a fuck whether y'all laughing. Like, shit funny to me. Fuck
God
y'all.
damn it. Anyway, the next question is from, God damn, that's a lot of Michaels. Michael from Florida. He wants to know about your training philosophy. Can you describe your training philosophy and how it differs from other fitness approaches? Well, I think anybody that watches you know that your training is far from the normal they'll see on social media. So what's your training philosophy?
Well, not. I don't think not so. I don't think that if they're old school enough, then they probably can relate to my training philosophy a lot better than this new age shit. I'm like I said, I'm 65 years old, so I had my trainer was a gentleman named Big Jim Britt, and Big Jim, we go in the gym, and he's the first guy who gave me any kind of structure on weightlifting whatsoever. Before that, it was me and my brother Walt. We just go in the backyard and try to outdo each other. That was it. Who I ain't quit. Yeah. We just try to outstrong each other. And he would, some days I would come pretty close, and I'd be, hey, I'm about ready to take the goddamn throne. I'm like, hey, you done been king long enough, motherfucker. It's time for a new king. And Big Walt would whoop my ass and just erase them notions for a while until I got a little bit stronger. I had to try him again every so often. But Big Jim we go in the motherfucking gym, and it was never how many sets we gonna do today. We never wrote down a motherfucking thing, and we never said, let's do 8 sets of this and 5 sets of that and 6. Big Jim he said, hey, look, motherfucker, that's how he talked to me. Motherfucker was his term of endearment. And so was mine. And he was, motherfucker, I'm gonna do because when I first went in there, he could lift a lot more than me, but I said, I'm gonna keep coming to this motherfucker until I'm the king around this motherfucker. So eventually it took a while, but eventually I got where I could lift more than Big Jim. And Jim was like, hey, okay, you young motherfucker, you stronger now, but I bet you can't out-rep my motherfucker. He said, long as you want to rep, motherfucker, I'm going to be here. We're going to rep this. But we put 315 on the bar and went in the gym at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we bench pressed going back and forth doing 10 reps each until 8 o'clock that night. 12 hours of going back and forth because he wasn't giving up and I wasn't giving up. So I like, fuck that. I'll be here, goddammit, till Jesus come back. Ain't no fucking way I'm gonna let your ass outdo me. And he felt the same fucking way. So that's what my philosophy of, fuck overtraining. People tell me that me and Joe Rogan had a big argument about that overtraining shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he was telling me, rhabdomyolysis and shit. And I said, that's a big old fucking ass word. I don't know what it means, but I know you can't lift too many goddamn weights. You can't do too many curls, and you can't do too many squats, and you can't do too. And if it was, cause you know how I know? I told Joe, you know how I know? Because if it was fucking possible, I would have did it my goddamn self. After eight fucking hours straight of bench press, you can't fucking do too many bench press. You just can't tell me that I did too much weightlifting and it fucked me up. You may be sore, for a while or whatever, but you'll recover. Your ass will recover. And if you fucking eating enough, sleeping enough, getting enough, fucking enough, your ass, you'll be just fucking fine. So fuck that overtraining shit. I learned it from one of the best, Big Jim Britt, and that's where my training style came from. How many reps you gonna do?
And the famous story that you've told is when you know, how you did arms for a year straight.
Damn right, till you can't do no motherfucking more. That's how many reps you got. I did arms every motherfucking day. Motherfuckers say, yeah, that's overtrained. Yeah, they got some legends. I'm strolling down Compton Boulevard with the 22s.
Oh, shit.
Now I double your shit, but you gonna tell me how to fucking train arms. What kind of dumb shit is that? I don't want no motherfucker they ain't never had no goddamn fight to teach me how to fight. I don't want a motherfucker to teach me how to drive and ain't never drove no car. You can't teach me how to fix the motherfucker if you ain't no mechanic. I don't want to hear shit from your punk ass standing over there looking like a scarecrow. Tell me what the fuck overtraining. Fuck you.
Ain't that the most interesting shit though?
All the time.
I get motherfuckers that tell me, and I get it. Like, I'm, as far as years are concerned, I'm new to this fitness space, and I get it. But I can't stand any motherfucker to jump on any of my posts on social media and tell me you doing this shit wrong. Motherfucker, you 160 pounds soaking wet.
Yep.
And you trying to tell me I'm doing this shit wrong or I'm doing that shit wrong. Motherfucker, you don't look like you do shit.
Yeah.
You gonna
they
tell
never
me,
did shit.
You gonna tell me
Got a history of not looking doing
your
shit.
arms would be big if you did this. Motherfucker, my arms bigger than yours now.
Yeah.
So the fuck is you talking about?
If the shit was something, that's like a broke motherfucker holding a get rich seminar. Yeah, come to my seminar. Let me tell you how to get rich, and I ain't got a bus token.
All right, next question. This is about motivations and mindset, and this is from Sarah from Hawaii. What keeps you motivated on days when you don't feel like training, and how do you maintain such a strong mindset? Let me answer that question. This motherfucker nowadays, I gotta motivate his ass to work out. Nah, I'm fucking with you, but go ahead, Pops.
Oh no, that is kind of true because I would go to the gym sometimes when I first start working out with Mike and Kim. I just go over there and just tell them what to do because I did not have the fucking energy to do anything myself. And I mean, I would have said that was fucking impossible when I was a young man. But after having gone through the 5 flat lines and the heart transplant, it's damn sure possible.
Mm-hmm.
I just did not have a fucking enough energy to do anything. I had the medications.
Yeah.
15 different medications every day that I still take to this day from a heart transplant will fuck you up. I'm like walking around in potholes and shit, dizzy 80% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And people and you wonderful people on the internet let me know, Pop's looking fucked up. And y'all wasn't lying. I could not agree. Damn, CT looks sick. I'm like, goddamn right. I totally agree with y'all. I did look fucked up. Probably still do look fucked up, but a little less fucked up than I did back then.
The problem I got now is people act like you're not supposed to age. I get it. It irks my soul when people say CT looks old. Motherfucker, 65 years old. Like, what do you want him to look like?
Yeah. That's
that don't look like the CT from 15 years ago. Motherfucker, you don't look the same as you did 15 years ago.
They give me that one a lot. But where's the fire, the old? I mean, motherfucker, I still got some goddamn fire. Don't be goddamn it, but I ain't the motherfucker I was, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. And it's not just the age. This motherfucker, my whole body have been through a whole lot. On just top of being an old motherfucker, it's been through a lot. It's been dead 5 times, and I got spare parts from other people in here, and I'm still kicking. I'm still doing my motherfucking thing, and still talking shit, and still motherfucking the beast of the goddamn valley.
Damn right. All right. So next question. This is from Kelsey, and Kelsey didn't say where he or she was from, but the question was, CT, you are one of my role models who I really look up to. Who were role models and inspirations for you in the world of fitness and bodybuilding when you were coming up?
Oh, fitness and bodybuilding. Okay, I'm glad you narrowed that down, Kelsey, because I had an instant answer, which would have been Muhammad Ali. I idolized him as a kid, a small kid, growing up. I mean, this was the guy that stood up and said to the whole United States government, fuck y'all. I'm not going over to Vietnam and fight these people who have done nothing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't go down and sit down and have a fucking sandwich downtown right here in my own fucking country. And you want me to go over and kill some Viet Congs because you say, fuck that. I am not going. And do you know the testicular fortitude, the amount of testicular fortitude that took for a cat in the 60s, because a lot of y'all don't, you don't know nothing about the 60s, but I was a small child during the 60s. I grew up.
Old as fuck in the 60s.
Goddamn right. I grew up during the 60s, the Watts riots and white-only water fountains and shit in Arkansas where I was born in. They were still up. The back of the bus was still a thing when I'm a small child. So to have this guy stand up and tell the whole fucking world, especially the United States, the powerful, mighty United States government, that I ain't going, shit. I idolize him as not just, he was a fantastic boxer, incredible boxer, fastest heavyweight of all time, but that paled in comparison to what he did outside the ring. So Muhammad Ali was my idol. As far as in bodybuilding, I guess the person I first looked up to as a bodybuilder was Sergio Oliva. I think Sergio Oliva. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, this is one of the questions I'm interested in. So this is from Jamal from DC. How do you feel about the impact that you've had on your fans and other people in the fitness community as a whole? And the reason this question is so interesting to me is because when we travel around the country and go to these fitness expos, I've told you, just to see grown men walk up to you in tears, flowing down their face, just saying, CT, you saved me, or CT, you committed me from committing suicide, or you got me through this, you got me through that. I stand there as a bystander and I'm just like, wow. So I guess when I saw this question, it was like, I'm always interested to know how you feel about the impact that you've had on people. And it's not just people from here in the United States, it's people all over the world that you've touched in some way, shape, or form. What's that like for you?
I really, I hate to say this, I have to explain why I say it, but I really don't like hearing, anybody to say, oh, you were so great, or you did something so great and wonderful, and because I feel so undeserving of any type of praise. They're saying, because of this, because of that, you saved my life, for a person to tell me that I saved their life. And I'm saying, what could I possibly have done to save your life? Only thing I did was not die. And I was not in control of that at all. I had nothing to do with whether it wasn't up to me whether I lived or died. That was all God and some good doctors. I don't deserve any credit for that. I was just, stubborn and ignorant enough to believe that God could do anything. If you want to give me credit for saying that, being ignorant enough to believe that God can do anything and nothing is impossible if you have enough faith, then okay. But I feel so undeserving, I should say. Undeserving. I just don't like the praise. I feel so undeserving of any praise. I've never done anything worthy to be praised. Only God is worthy to be praised. So I don't,
That is very true. But I have tried on many of occasions to explain to you that the impact is something as simple as saying it's still your motherfucking set. People take that and they run with it, and it hits. For me, it hit home for me so much that I got the shit tattooed on my forearm. Like, no matter what, no matter what you're going through, you still got to get up, you still got to persevere, you still got to fight through all of the shit that you're dealing with in life. And we all deal with shit on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
But no matter the shit, you got to keep fighting, you got to keep pushing. And just something as simple as that is people take that and it sticks with them. It's just like, okay, I'm going through this particular situation, but CT said no matter what, it's still my motherfucking set. I still got to get up. And that is not just for weightlifting. It's just life in general. So when you put out this kind of shit, like, and I don't think, you know, in the moment you just saying some shit. But yeah, it means something to you. But you also have to understand that saying that you got watching your mother persevere
Yep.
and fight through everything she had to fight through got you that. It's the same thing when you say that to other people. It's like, okay, it's just that little thing giving somebody that maybe that little extra push or that little extra fight that they need to get through that particular situation. But, you know, and I do understand what you're saying. It's like not wanting that, you know, wanting that praise or whatever, anything like that. But when I tell you, Pops, all the time, like, you deserve it. Like, it's it's always interesting when, you know, you or especially when I introduce people to you or I tell them to watch your video, they're like, oh, he cusses a lot. But that part of you people relate to so well. Like I told you, I get inboxes from people that just like, hey, tell CT to ask him how much it'll cost me for him just to cuss me out. Like they just want you to cuss at them. Like it's
I want with a segment on the show. They told me we can't ready for the live call-ins yet, but that shit, I do that shit for free. When we are able to set up live, just call in and I'll cuss your damn ass out for nothing. I've been doing it all my life for nothing. So
yeah. But again, I hope one day, you know, before it's all said and done with, that you truly understand the impact that you've had on so many people's lives. And I tell you, just the impact you had on mine. Like I said last week on the show to Terry, it was when I first started watching you, I wasn't mentally ready for all that shit you were talking. Just like it was entertaining to me, but as far as applying a lot of that stuff you were saying in my life, I wasn't in the right mental space. Hell, I wasn't in the right physical space or anything. But that shit stuck with me. So when I got to that point where it was like, okay, I got to change my life. I'm damn near 500 pounds. I'm on the verge of death. All I kept hearing in my head was, get your fat ass off that couch, stop eating them bonbons and all that shit she was talking about, and get your ass up and do something. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. So these motherfuckers can get online and talk all the shit they want to talk, but at the end of the day, half you motherfuckers talking shit ain't outworking me. So it's just doing what you can do. I know I'm not the strongest motherfucker on the planet. I told you the first time when I walked in the Iron at his gym, I was freaked out. I'm like, it is some real hogs that go into that gym and throw some big weight around. And I was freaked out going in there. I'm like, I cannot lift like that. And then you said, but motherfucker, you gonna go in there, you gonna do what you can do.
Absolutely.
And that's ever since then, that's all I do. I go in there, I don't try to compete with nobody else. Now, I will stand around in awe because I watch Samson. I'm like, the fuck? Sit your young ass down somewhere and take a nap. That motherfucker just make me tired watching him lift all that shit.
And all in between all that lifting, he jumping around shadow boxing and kicking his shit.
But yeah,
he's got his fucking. I tell him he kick it in the ignorant. He got that ignorant gear that just surpasses all understanding.
So I ain't got the ignorant gear, but motherfucker, when we get that gym, I'm gonna do what the fuck I can do, and I'm gonna push myself till I can't push myself no more. But all of that stems from, you know, years ago, me watching you and that shit just sticking in my brain. I just had to be in the right place for it. So.
I'm gonna tell you, Michael, why what I do is not special to me.
Okay.
Okay. Now, across the planet, there are millions, if not billions, of mothers and fathers who get up every day and go to a job that they absolutely fucking hate. Because they have children at home that have to eat and have to have a place to stay. To me, that's special. Now, if you do it, you know, say you in the fucking, they don't get no likes on Instagram or Facebooks for doing that fucking shit. If you do something with no praise, nobody looking, nobody fucking doing, expecting nothing in return. Because there's a lot of people on Instagram, I see, you know, you give the homeless man $500 or you do all this shit and you filming that fucking shit. So somebody said, oh, wow, that's so nice of him. That's wonderful of him to do that. But if you want to, what impresses me is when a motherfucker does that shit when it ain't no cameras around.
Mm.
And the only goddamn praise they looking for is when they stand before their heavenly Father and he say, job well done. That, them mamas and daddies who get up every morning and go to that damn job, those are the heroes. To me, those are the real heroes. Those are the people who deserve the praise. You know, people that,
Agreed.
you know, that you don't see, that
Agreed.
do it for no other goddamn reason than it's what they want to do. They feel it's they're obligated to do that. They doing that because they love somebody.
Mhm.
Not this, you know, I ain't, what I do is not special. Those people, my mother waited hand and foot on my daddy her whole, she was a kid, 16 years old when they got married. Her whole entire life she spent as in the servitude of Buddy Fletcher.
Hmm.
Never once did she complain. Never once did she whine. Never once did she say, I don't fucking feel like it. She got up, sick, well, whenever, whatever, and took care of him for no fucking praise, no glory, no likes, none of that shit. Now that is a hero. That deserves praise. What I do ain't shit. That's why, you know, that's why.
All right, we are. God dang, this time is going by fast. All right, so let's jump to a few more questions. So this one is for me. This is about my weight loss surgery. So this is from Elaine from Maryland. Can you please tell me more about your decision to have weight loss surgery, and do you have any regrets since having the procedure? The latter part of that question is I don't have not one regret for having weight loss surgery. Not a one. People can talk all the shit they want to. I hear this shit online all the time. Oh, you took the easy way out. Oh, you did this. You say what you want to say. First of all, you can kiss my ass. And your opinion on a decision I made to better myself, I could care less.
I got a question. How many people, because I know personally of a lot of people who elected to have their surgery, had the surgery, lost weight, 6 months later, they fatter than they was before.
The rate, the last time I looked at it, was 53% of the people who had weight loss surgery fell at it. And the reason they fail at it is I knew early on going into this procedure that it was, and I tell people all the time when they ask me about weight loss surgery is only a tool.
Yep.
It's not the be all end all. It's not the magic bullet. I knew early on.
Motherfuckers want. That's
yep. I knew early on going into having weight loss surgery that I still got to put the fucking work in.
Yep.
And that's the part that these so-called fitness influencers, when they want to jump on somebody's post and talk all that shit, like my whole life got thrown into a whirlwind after weight loss surgery. So I had what they call a gastric sleeve surgery. So they basically went in and took 85% of my stomach. So I still got a baby stomach and I'm 5 years out. So if it was the easy way out, half the people who had the procedure wouldn't fail at the shit. But for me, I knew that it was just a tool, and I knew I had to get in there and lose the weight. I had to get in there and really focus on the gym if I really wanted to transform my body. Losing weight is one thing. And after I lost like the first 100 pounds, I was looking like a melted candle around it. I hated the way I looked after losing that much weight. So it was like, okay, what do? You get your ass in the gym and you just work. You put that work in. So motherfuckers can tell me the easy. I guess they assume you have weight loss surgery and you just sit on your couch.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, you lose
That's
weight.
it.
And you pack on all this muscle and all. That ain't how that shit works. I still got to get in the gym and work out. I still got to watch what I eat. And actually, when it comes to the nutrition part of it, it's harder for me because I can't eat large portions of food. So I can only eat very, very, very small portions of food. So I have to be cautious of what I eat, making sure I'm getting the right protein, the right carbs, the right vitamins, all of that shit. So it's not as easy as people think it is, but I did what I had to do. That particular decision was made because I was on the verge of dying. I got sick one day. I thought I had an upper respiratory infection. I was just having a hard time breathing one day. Just everything I did, I was like, oh God, what is this? Go to the doctor. Blood pressure was 220 over 210. And I'll never forget, my doctor looked at me and she said, Michael, you're a walking stroke. And they weighed me and they couldn't weigh me in the hospital. I had to go outside on the dock where they bring in shipments and shit and get weighed out on that scale in the back of the hospital. That's when it really hit me. Like, I knew I was big, but I'm like, it's that motherfucker, you ain't that big. Nah, you that big. And when that number 473 rolled across that scale, that's when I was like, okay, I got to do something. And, Kim had already made the decision to start her process. And I was like, I got to jump right into that. And it was one of the best decisions I ever made. And I'm confident that had I not done that, I most likely wouldn't be sitting here talking shit with this bastard right now.
Are you sure that when the doctor said you was a walking stroke, that she didn't say you was a walking hoe?
That is not her words.
Because, they stroke, hoe, they kind of close, kind of sound,
You lucky we running out of time.
similar.
So I got a couple more questions. So this one is from, he wanted to make sure that I said his name, because I'm assuming you know this person.
Okay.
Keith Alston from Tennessee. You know Big Keith?
Big Keith.
Yeah.
What's that, the Keith?
Yeah. Keith wanted me to ask you, is there anyone, this is the question I didn't think you were actually going to answer.
Oh, I can't.
Is there anyone
it's ignorant? I love it.
It depends on how you answer.
Okay.
Is there anyone in the social media world or the fitness world that you despise and would like to slap the shit out of?
Oh, my God. I'm going to tell you.
Let's see.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of this. Vegan Gains. And if you see this motherfucking, I know. You asked me who's vegan. Vegan Gains is a social media influencer that, this motherfucker used to go in on me and Samson. I didn't want to slap the motherfucker because of what he said about me. I don't give a fuck what y'all say or think about me. But when you talk about my kid, I want to slap the fucking dust taste out your goddamn mouth. I want to slap you back to your ancestors, wherever the fuck you come from, Norway, East Timbuktu, wherever the fuck you from, I'm gonna slap your ass back there. And Vegan Games, I wanted to choke the damn shit out you, the life out your motherfucking ass, and then stomp you.
Oh shit.
And stomp your motherfucking ass and just make you think. But that's past.
Okay.
After I had my heart transplant, everything, I wasn't even mad at your punk ass no more. But I definitely, there was at one time I really wanted to stump the fuck out of Vegan Games. and told him so.
Oh shit.
I definitely, so back then, I used to take everything really personally on social media. I'd be going back and forth with people. One motherfucker challenged me to a fight, and
Is this his ass up?
Yeah, that is Vegan Games right there. Vegan Games, boy, if you look at this episode, I wanted to kill your motherfucker. Stump a mud hole in your damn ass. But thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Giving honor to God. Thank goodness, I have since had a change of heart. And I told him, and after I spoke to him after my heart transplant, and he was still talking on. I said, you know what, son? I don't care what you say. I love you. And I'm going to love you whether you like it or not. You can say whatever you want to say. And he was still, for some reason, he just couldn't stand my ass. What makes you think you so special? Motherfucker, I don't. I don't think I'm special. You are the one that has some kind of problem with mine. I don't know what the fuck it is. You don't like it. Something about me that you just don't like. But I don't care what if that is, whatever. Hey, I love you, and ain't shit you can do about it. I'm going to love you anyway. And I told him that shit, and he still was talking shit. But that's okay. You can talk all the shit you want to. I love your ass, Vegan Games, and ain't a motherfucking thing you can do about that.
Fuck you, Vegan Games. All right. We're going to run through these last two real quick. So, Robin Alexander from Instagram. She wanted me to ask you, when is the book coming out, Pops? If you need help, I will help you through the process for free, of course. Just a thank you for being there for me during my hardest times.
Robin, I know her very well.
Any plans on writing a book?
I have no plans on writing the book. It's just like this podcast. Everybody and their mama got a book. Everybody and their mama got a podcast. I didn't want to do the shit. But if I did do a book, Robin, you could help me out. We could title the book the same as this podcast. Fuck y'all.
All right. 2 more. Make these quick. What unorthodox workout training methods have you received the most criticism for? I'm assuming it's gonna be the overtraining shit, though, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that is it. Most, all these goddamn experts I heard. I mean, big time experts. All say, "Oh, he's wrong. CT's wrong." Oh, you can definitely overtrain. I heard ex-Mr. Olympia saying that shit.
Oh shit.
I don't give a fuck. You have your opinion, I have mine.
And
I
this
still
gentleman's name is
fuck overtraining.
This gentleman's name is. I'm probably gonna screw this up, but it's Sixto Andretti.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh, you know
Sixto very
Sixto?
well.
Okay.
Yeah, he competes in my strict curl
And
contest.
he also wants to know when the second Pig Iron Championship is coming.
Yeah, Sixto. I love having that contest because I actually had it drug tested, and I love supporting the drug-free athletes. But the goddamn drug, it cost me $200 a athlete to get all you motherfuckers tested, and that shit, I did not. I lost money big time on having that contest, and my pockets is not deep enough. When I make a little money, then we'll have that motherfucker
Now,
again.
there's somebody out there that wants to sponsor this shit.
Oh yeah, that's different.
He will gladly bring back the Pig Iron Championship.
Fuck yeah, I would love that. That was my favorite championships, by the way, to have that old rusty ass pig iron and goddamn drug tested, and it was a fantastic contest. But that fucking shit was too expensive.
All right, so last question. There's a few of these I didn't get to.
James P. Key won that shit, by the way. James P. Key.
James P. Key won. All right, so last question, Pops. This is about your legacy. How do you want to be remembered in the world of fitness and beyond, and what legacy do you hope to leave behind?
Iron Addicts. Iron Addicts is my legacy. Iron Addicts is my legacy. It's Iron Addicts all over the world, and I have my son Samson following in my footsteps. So after I'm gone, he'll take over. I have grandsons, and they're all Iron Addicts. So Iron Addicts is my legacy to the world. It's not just a
saying.
It is a way of life. Iron Addict way of life.
All right. So for the people whose questions I didn't get to, I will hold these questions and we will do them on the next show. Before we go, of course, we got to talk about the merchandise. And I want you guys, we talked about this on the last show. Please, please, please be mindful of all the fakes.
Oh my God.
All this Iron Addict stuff trust me, between Amazon, Walmart, eBay, all of these places, it is so many fakes that are selling Iron. They're selling Iron Addicts gear with his face on it.
Yep.
With his face on it. So please be mindful that you can only get certified CT Fletcher merchandise at ironaddictsbrands.com. Make sure, I think I said it without the S the last time. So ironaddictsbrands.com is you can get all the official Iron Addicts gear. You see it up here on the wall. We got the new stuff, fuck excuses, steal your motherfucking set, somebody's got to be the baddest, which is my favorite one, fuck average. All of that stuff is on sale on the site. Monday morning, they got a new drop of tank tops, all new tank tops coming out. So that's out. What else? We got the hats right here on the table. All of this stuff. Sleeveless hoodies. All of that stuff you can find on ironaddictsbrands.com. Do not buy this fake ass shit. Yes, you'll see this fake ass shit is gonna be cheaper than but it's gonna be some bullshit.
Yep.
And it ain't coming from the man himself. So if you truly want to support CT Fletcher, buy his gear from ironaddictsbrands.com. Do not buy that shit off Amazon, Walmart.com, eBay, the swap meet, off the corner, all that shit. Don't buy none of that shit.
Out the trunk of Uncle Charlie's car.
Yeah, none of that. Because I'm sure somebody got something in the back of their damn car selling this shit. Pops, you got anything else before we get out of here?
Yes, I'd like to say, fuck y'all.
And on that note, fuck y'all. We thank you for watching episode number 2. Episode 3 is going to be a big one. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that one. But until then, fuck y'all.
Fuck y'all.
Hey, thanks for checking out the podcast. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and click that bell so you know when new videos drop. Wardrobe One and today's show is available on ironaddictsbrand.com.